Yeah.
Went through. All right, seeing as how it's 2 o'clock, all three members of the Public Buildings Authority are present. Notice that the meeting was properly posted April 30th, 2025. And first item of business is a discussion and possible action regarding the minutes of the previous. There's a motion to approve and a second. All in favor? Aye. Come on. He's pushed it. Everybody got pushed. All right, item number 2. We actually have 2 individuals signed up to speak on this item. The first is Nadine Gallagher. Ma'am, you have 3 minutes. It'll be up on the board, and let it ride.
Hello, I am Nadine Gallagher. I live at Oklahoma County, Southeast 48th Street. I am the president of the Crooked Oak Association of Classroom Teachers, and obviously, therefore, I am a teacher. I teach English, but as all teachers do, there are plenty of other things that I teach. Manners, sadly, have been a big thing lately, and always basic right from wrong. I intend to use this whole debacle as an explanation of what is the wrong thing to do in many instances. For example, it is wrong on every level to negotiate with a school district making promises that you do not intend to keep, or perhaps purposefully throwing away $250,000 of hardworking people's money. Many people have expressed outrage at what is going on here, but I know who you are, Miles. I learned when I read your text messages from the Freedom of Information Act. And Brian, you have demonstrated clearly that you are as trustworthy as a snake. You have lied to me on more occasions than I can even count. So I am not surprised at the turn of events here. Jason isn't even here, but I have been a Democrat for 40 years. I have seen some Democrats get down in the gutter, but not low enough that they intend to beg for assistance from fascists. I will make it my life's work, Mr. Pettis and Mr. Lowe, to see that neither of you hold a public office again if you have gotten in cahoots with people who are lying to school children, putting children at risk. Shame on both of you. Shame on you for as long as there is shame for you to have. You know better, and you're doing it anyway. And I can't even understand why. What are you getting out of this? It is disgraceful to say that I live in Oklahoma County, that any of you represent me. I don't even, you disgust me, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next individual to speak will be Mr. Bradley Richards. Mr. Richards, floor is yours.
May I hand this to you?
Sure. Thanks, sir.
Now, see, that was very purposeful. Nadine speaks first, and then I seem much more kind after that. So was purposeful. Regarding the Public Building Authority bond and proposed land swap, I want to first of all tell you this is not the way I would prefer to do business. Obviously, it's counterproductive. This isn't my style, nor do I like it, but I don't feel like I have many options at this point. So, the Public Building Authority was established with the explicit purpose of generating revenue, and the allocated funds have a finite lifespan, reportedly requiring expenditure within the next 18 to 24 months. I hope that information is correct. I'm not positive on that. In the context of our shared commitment to fiscal responsibility, it is reasonable to expect that commissioners who are opposed to the proposed land swap possess a well-defined strategy for leveraging those bond funds to produce income within the given time frame. I would expect that. The potential forfeiture of $250,000 in this situation appears very inconsistent with the principles of fiscal prudence. Conversely, a proposed land swap, an acre per acre exchange, presents a tangible opportunity for revenue generation. Consider this scenario. The county holds 20-acre parcel adjacent to the jail, ideally situated for attorney offices, bail bondsmen, and other related services. Simultaneously, the county owns over 12 acres of real estate on Eastern Avenue, directly across from O'Connell Water Park. If, with these assets, the commissioners cannot devise a viable plan to generate revenue, a serious question arises regarding their competence in managing these crucial bond funds. Furthermore, framing the county's expenditure of $6 million as a net loss is a disingenuous representation of the situation. The county has, in fact, acquired a valuable piece of property with a significant income generating potential. Moreover, the 21 acres at the Crooked Oak location possess a substantial current and future value, particularly given its proximity to the jail. From a critical standpoint, the county stands to lose nothing in this land swap. This naturally invites the question, what is the underlying rationale for opposing such an exchange? Let us consider the value we place on the well-being of our students. Would any commissioner argue that a student's peace of mind, their environmental surroundings, and their safety are worth at least $100 per student? Please shake your head no. I know you can't respond, but shake your head no if you'd like to. $100 a student, we have essentially 1,200 students a year. If the jail's there 50 years, I know it's not really the case because you guys are gaining stuff, but if you were gaining nothing, $100 a student, if they're worth that, guess what that is over 50 years? $6 million. So my question is, gentlemen, I believe you are capable of a more insightful and responsible decision. I urge you to prioritize the well-being of these children and consider the long-term benefits of the proposed land swap. And I would encourage you, I sincerely believe you guys are better than this. Let's get this done and do the right thing for the right reason. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I don't have any more slips. Is there anybody else, Sharon, that you had signed up before the meeting? Seeing no. This next item is a discussion possible action for the First Amendment to the real estate purchase that is being discussed with Allen Contracting, dated March 28, 2025, between PBA and Allen to move the transaction to May 16th. Is that correct, the closing?
That's correct.
Okay. Any questions, discussion?
Mr. Chair, I have several questions. Stacy, on Wednesday, you gave a verbal commitment from the seller about the seller wanting to possibility extend for 2 weeks. Can you please provide us a background on that discussion and the reason why there is the amendment that we are going to vote on today?
Commissioner District 3 had asked to get an extension because of something that happened on this horseshoe where he couldn't get the votes to close today. So he knew he was going to have a problem with closing. So he wanted an extension. So I asked for that. And by Wednesday, I think I had a verbal. Or Tuesday, I had a verbal. Wednesday, I had an email. And then Wednesday, we got this done.
So Wednesday it was verbal. So today is actually the commissioners are voting on what is written and not what was told verbally. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, the next series of questions deals with the land itself. How much money did Oklahoma County pay for 15th and Grand?
5 million.
Okay. How much are we talking about spending on this particular site?
6 million.
How many acres 15th and Grand?
A little under 70.
70. How much are we talking about with the Allen property?
33.
Now, with the proposed location of the Allen property for Crooked Oak. Now, the map that was drawn in April gives who the frontage? Does it give Oklahoma County the frontage, or does it give Crooked Oak the frontage?
That's not been determined. That's still under discussions.
Did you show commissioners a map that gives Crooked Oak the frontage?
There is one version that it has Oklahoma County on the frontage. There's a second version where we split the frontage.
Splitting the frontage how?
North piece would be Crooked Oaks, and the south piece would be Oklahoma County's.
What's the acreage?
21 for the Crooked Oak and 12 for the county.
Okay. What about the other map that you showed commissioners? Who has the frontage on that?
I'm not sure about which map you're talking there.
Okay. Is there a map that shows Crooked Oak with the frontage on Eastern that gives them the majority of the frontage on Eastern?
Yeah, that was what I just discussed, and a split north and south where they would be on the north part of the frontage, we'd be on the south part of the frontage.
Okay, so what is the footage? What is the footage of what Crooked Oak will get, and what is the footage of what the county would receive?
I don't remember that detail, and again, it hasn't been completely agreed on at this point. Those are just concepts.
Okay, so the view from Commissioner Lowe, his view has not changed. Again, what was presented on Wednesday was something that was verbal. This gives us until the 16th to see what things are for us, what's in black and white. And this also gives the commissioner opportunity to visit with Crooked Oak. But at this time, the commissioner's view has not changed at all on this particular land swipe. But to fairness to Crooked Oak, we are going to visit with them about this particular site, but there are some huge reservations that this deal was done 8 days before the commissioner's election. Again, 8 days before the commissioner's election. And then, he gets elected, and now we want to move forward with this proposed plan. One thing that I want everybody to understand that Commissioner Lowe is a person who will do his own research. And this simply was not enough time for him to do his own research. And then again, we're spending more money on this particular site than we did with the jail site. This is less land than the proposed jail site. So the question of it is this truly the best site for Oklahoma County? And so this is something that the commissioner has thought about. He will continue to do research upon this. But again, at this point, this is not the best deal for Oklahoma County. And the commissioner wants to see what other options are available. You see every 8 seconds of a school day, the American student gives up his or her dreams and drops out of school. And from that moment on, life choices are limited and chances for success is small. So the commissioner, he gets it. But at the end of the day, we have to do what's right for Oklahoma County. And right now, this is simply not the best deal. But for fairness, we are going to agree to this 2-week extension. This again will allow the commissioner the opportunity to meet with Crooked Oak, but it also will allow him to look at other options. This is in his district, and he wants to explore other options. Again, one thing I need to know about the commissioner, he does his own research. And this simply is not the best deal right now for our county when we don't know how we are going to pay for the jail. Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? So, with your discussion, you said you were going to support. Is there a motion?
So I am going to make the motion on behalf of Commissioner Lowe now to extend this by 2 weeks. But at the same time, his view at this point has not changed, and he will propose a something to come in front of this body here in a few weeks that will rescind this deal. But out of fairness, we will extend this by 2 weeks.
So we move to defer this item as a courtesy to you for your absence to Monday's meeting. So you're saying on Monday, it won't be enough time either because you have this meeting coming up?
Commissioner, will you be here on Monday?
I certainly will.
Okay,
And I'll be voting no to rescind Monday.
Okay, so again, the issue that the commissioner had at that particular time on Wednesday, it was something that was verbal. There was nothing that was put in writing that would have extended the closing, and so that was a concern for the commissioner. That was a deep concern for the commissioner. So, with that said, at this particular, go ahead. Yes.
Well, my question to clarify was, is that enough time for you to meet with Crooked Oak? Because I understand.
We will meet with Crooked Oak on the 7th. We will again do a tour with Crooked Oak, but we do believe 2 weeks will be enough time.
So the item on Monday, you're not going to
The item on Monday, we will move to strike on Monday. And again, that will allow us the time to meet with Crooked Oak and tour whatever Crooked Oak asks us to tour. We will do that. But at this point, we do plan on introducing a motion to rescind at this point.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
as soon as he hits the button.
Second.
I'll hit your button first. There's a motion and a second to extend for 2 weeks. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Seeing as no more citizen participation, Mr. Mon, board comments. Mr. Pettis.
None.
I'll say I hope both of you enter this into this next 2 weeks with an open mind, not only to protect the kids, but look at it this way. The one thing that Mr. Richards said very poignantly, PBA was created to develop revenue. This will develop us an opportunity for the county to develop a optional revenue for not only next to the future side of the jail, but also with parking garages that we've already talked with members of FAM and Okana that they need more space for their parking in their large events. This will allow us to put a low investment for a high-end return, just the same way that we've done, generating over $1 million a year in our parking garages across the street after our bond and debt payments. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn? There's a motion, and that'll be the order. Seeing no objection, we stand adjourned.